2017 CP3 Rising Stars broadcasts are brought to you by SUV TV, Cafe Press, Crossover, Double Trouble Training, and the Jordan brand.
We welcome you inside the Greensboro Sportsplex. In Greensboro, North Carolina, it is the CP3 Rising Stars All-American game. I'm Joel Hillsman, joined by Sylvester Williams and James Blackburn. Have fun with it. It's the red and the black, and gentlemen, the selections are out. We've got 12 aside. We've got a 20-minute game. We've got a DJ, and we've got an All-American game underway.
All-American, the best rising freshman in the nation, and they have put on a display this weekend. Ooh.
It is the red, it is the black, and I'm going to go ahead and get this out the way. I don't know who came up with the design. It is not friendly on the broadcaster's eyes because you can't see the numbers. Just an interesting concept.
They are uniforms. They are all uniforms.
There's a drive, and the shot is going to roll off as we just play basketball. I'll run through the roster right quick for the red. It is number 0, Carter Witt. Number 1, Jalen Blackman. Number 2, Jonathan Lawson. Number 3, Keon Ambrose Hilton. Number 4, Kaleo Terry. Number 5, Cordell Charles. Number 6, Trevor Keels. Number 7, William Jeffers Jr. Number 8, Adrisi Teodor. Number 9, Jarrell Colbert. Number 10, Brentner Mutombo. And number 11, Caleb First. 5-0 already. That was the 12 for the red. For the black, it is 0, Noah Kahn. Number 1, Gavin Elekmill. Number 2, Jaden Hardy. Number 3, Terrence Clark. Number 4, Alexis Reyes. Number 5, Keon Edwards. Number 6, Trey Patterson. Number 7, Georges Lafleur. Number 8, Musa Dabek. Number 9, Jonathan Kamunga. Number 10, Charles Biakado. And number 11, Frank Asselum. 8-0 already out of the gate.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Joel, number 4 for the red team, Kaleo Terry, has had some big-time highlights this camp already.
Yeah, there's a number of the guys out here that have played very well overall. Each player played in 5 camp games and got the split time. There's a long 3 by Elekmill. It is no good. 2 minutes gone by in the All-American game.
You know, interesting, my favorite guy I wanted to see is number 8 on the black team, Musa Diabitek. I'm not sure if I pronounced that name right, but he has the highest vertical leap. He leaps 12 feet. 12 feet. He jumped so high they had to readjust the little measuring stick that they're using to measure these kids' vertical leap. He is a explosive jumper.
Keon Ambrose Hilton with the hoop on the other end. It was the first hoop for the red. 2 20-minute halves, but a drive and score on the left side makes it 10-2.
Terrence Clark out of Boston. There's been kids here from all the states, so it's been a good representation of the whole nation's best.
And Terrence Clark gets the block there. Terrence Clark had a phenomenal game on our court. I know each one of us had a different court, so we've seen all 250-plus players. We've seen all of these players, and you're right, James. Terrence really put up some big numbers throughout the tournament.
And it's so hard to pick out just 20 guys, you know, from this camp. This is the nation's best, all invited. These are all rising freshmen. Sometimes really hard to believe, too, that these guys are only going to be freshmen in high school.
Carter Witt had the reverse layup. Now they come with the alley-oop. The play will get a little sloppy, a little more control than normal, but Carter Witt had a nice little reverse layup. 12-4. The black is leading, and they have the black design, and the red has the red design, and it's just hard to see the numbers. Sitting courtside. Here's a Elekmill, going to go down the right of the lane, guarded by Witt, put it off the window, no. And Carter Witt going to come away with it. Carter Witt, a local product that played very well, tried to shovel the pass over there. It is A turnover. He's out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
You know, and that's one of the things about these All-Star games. They start off so rough. Players getting used to each other, players trying to find their role, find their position. But I guarantee you around the middle of the first half, middle of the second quarter in the NBA, you know, it starts to get a whole lot better.
Terrence Clark pulls it together. You can kind of say, even though you play on a team for 5 games, the guys, unless you know, a lot of guys here with AAU programs or whatnot are selected, so they may have played with each other at some point somewhere, but you really don't know who you're playing with. You're out here just to demonstrate and show your entire talent. And there's a pull-up jumper rolled off, no good by Noah Khan. Now, I'll tell you something about Noah Khan. He's got what I call the blow-by. He was the fastest guy off the dribble that I was able to see, Noah Khan. Wholesale substitutions now at the mandatory 5-minute mark. Joel Hilsman, Sylvester Williams, and James Blackburn with you live from Greensboro, North Carolina, inside the Greensboro Sportsplex. Nice and cozy in here.
It is, man. The crowd is packed in, kids sitting on the floor, parents in the stands, man. Wonderful environment, man. DJ going strong. Love this thing.
And there are some studs that came off that bench for both teams. I mean, my goodness. A lot of high school teams would love to have these guys be their starters, let alone off the bench.
Black team working. Driving is Patterson. He went down the lane as Trey Patterson, but couldn't finish. There's a traveling violation.
And when you drive in against these guys, be ready to have a lot of guys jump to try to block your shot. So it's interesting, even in an all-star game format, the team that spaces the floor the most and the team that moves the ball will probably be the team that wins.
Yeah, and I think dealing with a lot of these kids, you know, they're being rising freshmen. When you see the athletic ability, sometimes you forget that they're 14 years old. You forget that they're so young until you look some of them in the face and you say, yeah, that's a dorky freshman coming in the door. You know, but these kids, man, once that basketball IQ catches up to that ability, they're going to be hard to stop.
They're going to be pretty good. You're right.
Over and back. And the red team was saying that it was deflected and tipped, especially William Jeffers Jr. So inbounding it for the black will be Keon Edwards, and it goes into the backcourt. And this is a young man I have fun with, Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga gonna drive to the left and lose it out of bounds, but I think, Sly, you even like the Kuminga effort. I don't think Kuminga in his 5 games rotating really had a bad day.
He hadn't stayed below the rim in any of the 5 games he's played. This kid has been over the rim all tournament long. You talking about an athletic specimen. I'm just waiting for him to unleash one time.
Yeah, he had a crazy putback dunk in the last game that I had of the day earlier today, and just came out of nowhere, flush one with 2 hands. But you're right, he showed a little bit of everything too, really versatile player.
Yes, sir.
And he was just in the dunk contest too.
He was in the dunk contest putting on the show for the crowd.
And again, no free throws taken. If it's a foul on a shooting foul, you're just awarded 2 points. And I know it's camp games, but you want to stay on schedule. And I like the old camp rule: 1 free throw, 2 point. I still want to see you shoot the free throw.
Yeah, you know, and that's just one thing that's just so lacking from the game. Everybody can shoot the outside shot. Everybody can dunk. Nobody can shoot free throws anymore. Or the lost art of the medium range.
The mid-range, the pull-up shot. It's interesting looking at some of these guys' stats. Somebody shoots 40-some% from 3, but then there are 60% free throw shooters.
Yeah.
Jarrell Colbert with the putback.
There's some of that vision we saw right there.
Get it out of here.
That's
Get that shot out of here. Swatted away by Brentner Mutombo.
Mutombo has had a number of blocks this camp.
I'm not sure if he's related to Dikembe, but he blocked shots like he is.
He needed to give the finger on that one.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday he blocked one, kept it in play, started the break, and then dunked it. And I asked for him to wag the finger on that. Good putback coming down the lane. Trevor Keels, 6'4", out of Clinton, Maryland, with the putback.
Maryland has been very, very well represented at this camp this week.
Yes, I agree. But, I mean, Maryland, the DMV area is just, I mean, that's basketball.
You know, it's funny you guys talking, 3-ball. It's funny you guys talking about places being represented in this camp. this camp has an international flavor. They actually had 2 guys from Singapore, a whole load of Canadians, a whole load across the border from Canada to come down there and play. I'm talking about all over. All over. And one thing they missed this year, they didn't have any Europeans here this year. That's the only thing I think they didn't have.
That's about it. But, you know, you mentioned the Canadian players. There was actually a member of the U16 Canadian national team here who's in this game.
As we continue to go up and down, it is 23-10. The Black with the 13-point lead. I would like to see it tighten up a little bit. Put it on the floor and drive to the left was William Jeffers, but there's a turnover.
Get ready for a show.
Slam dunk on the break.
That was about a D for him for a dunk.
We expect better.
he might be a little tired after all those rounds of the dunk contest.
Keon Edwards finishing that. Shot blocked. Black team going to recover it.
And just
and
look
we
at
have mandatory sub at the 10-minute mark. 25-10, a 15-point game.
And if you look at the length that's on the floor for the Black team, I mean, it's just every single guy's got at least a +3 wingspan.
I'm telling you, and what's amazing to me, they're all 14. You know, they have these little skinny beanpole bodies, but you got 4 years to eat and run. These kids are going to be huge.
You're right about that.
Attempt for the alley-oop. No Clark underneath, tried to go for the putback. He was fouled, and we'll add the 2 points and keep it moving.
And a name that just came in just now is Caleb First, number 11 for the red team. Big guy, really fundamental, had a number of good plays, could really shoot it from the outside and score in the post.
I like First. He caught a off the boom dunk on the break. Charles Fiacado slammed it home. But First, man, I think he had the best dunk of the day, or the best dunk of the team camp games. Cole Sinclair threw it off the window to him on the break, man, and he went up 2 hands and finished that thing and sat and swung on the rim. And I just liked his overall effort defensively. He played well, came with a lot of help side defense, worked on the weak side, and then rebounded the ball well. Carter Witt kicks it out. Witt will get this thing going. There's a drive, counted, and the foul, the hoop and the horn. Cordell Charles out of Ajax, you talked about it, Ontario, Canada.
And Joel Badoko, who had that dunk on the play before, number 10 right there in black, he's got arms for days. He's actually the one that played on the U16 Canadian team. So.
Carter Witt, hey, get it out of here. Get that shot out of here. A beautiful pass by Carter Witt on the break. Here's Noah Khan off the glass.
Frank Anselm, 6'10" kid out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's going to Pebblebrook. Not Pebblebrook, I'm sorry, Westlake.
Get it out, another shot. They are protecting the rim. They have rim protectors. Noah Khan on the break, kick out, a long 3 ball, off the front iron, no, rebound ripped down by the red. And here they come, Carter Witt is running. Here's Witt, Witt gonna attack, put it up, get that shot out of here, again.
Denial.
3 straight blocks, Khan lost it. Frank Anselm, you mentioned it, he was very aggressive. And come down, there's a 3 ball from the left wing, rattled it home, right it on down the milk crate.
They're not going to get anything inside the lane. They might as well stay out there.
Yeah,
if you're not going to dunk it, you better just stay outside.
3 straight possessions, they tried to get something in the paint, and it was denied. In the corner, there's a jump, a 3 from the wing is no good. Rebound, Red with an opportunity to make a run. It's 31-16. Here's First. First spun, got tripped up. Recovered and put it off the window was Keon Ambrose Hilton out of Whitby, Ontario, Canada.
There's Badoko right there just showing off some of that ability to get to the rim and finish. He got fouled, so they give him the 2 points, no free throws like we had mentioned.
Carter Witt's pass is deflected. I like how Witt is seeing the passing lane. Here's a drive by Jalen Blackburn. Could not get it to fall. The height right now for the Black is a problem for the Red.
And you've got 2 guys in there that are both 6'9 plus.
And what I like is 6'9 plus with that long, lanky wingspan too, you know?
Caleb First with the short corner jumper. He's out of Fort Wayne, Indiana at 6'8 and a lefty. There's a drive to the hoop. Everybody's contesting stuff. Here comes Carter Witt. Witt back, gets it up ahead. Here comes Blackman. Alley, and a put back in. Ooh,
I thought he was going to catch another one.
Blackman was almost scared, I thought, to go up for the layup. He thought he was going to get spanked off the glass. So he did the good decision of waiting for his big man.
And, you know,
good pass right there.
I love to see it. I love to see them when they reward the big man for running.
I agree. You see a lot of the bigs in this game that should and will get rewarded. Some good pick and roll play.
There's a 3-ball, no good. Quick shot from the wing by Cordell Charles. Black team coming back this way with a 13-point lead, 35-22. No good, tip, fight for it. Here comes the red again, up and down the floor. But look how Frank Asselin is getting back in rim protection mode. And they're one and done.
I like this kid. He made this team because he plays such great defense.
Carter Witt now says, I got to get in on the block party. Back comes Charles. Charles dipped his shoulder, put it up, no. And that's the thing about if you can just get the foul, you get the 2 points. Witt bothered it, but still a score. The black team now at the mandatory timeout still has a 15-point lead, 37-22.
This is an all-star game. I would have loved for him to give that one up. You got 2 high flyers behind you, and it's a 3-on-1 break. I want to see him give that one up.
Throw it between your legs or something.
This is an all-star game. Excite the crowd.
And you know something else to notice is a lot of these guys with length, when they block a shot or rebound it, they could actually advance the ball with the dribble, with the bounce, but you don't see that a lot.
Float is in good by Jonathan Lawson. Lawson, 6'6" out of Memphis, Tennessee with the hoop. 3-ball, right corner, no. Rebound offensively, they'll get another shot. Here comes Clark. Clark driving down the lane. Now the red team is getting aggressive. They were sitting on the bench talking about it, had to pick it up. Outlet pass, blew the layup, blew the bunny. Now they fight for it on the same team, a turnover out of bounds.
That's just that young leg syndrome right there. Young legs, once they get that coordination down, that older guy coordination, that's going to be money all day.
Rattled it right on down the milk crate. A 3-ball off the left wing, knocked in by Alexis Reyes.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Sly, a lot of these guys, when they get older, when they get some of that leg strength, they'll be able to finish a little bit better. But they're getting to the hoop. A lot of them, they just, they got to improve that finishing ability.
Exactly.
Patterson gets the offensive rebound, puts it up, no. And now the red will come back this way. They're trailing by 16, though, at the moment to the black team.
Good pass.
Yes.
Nice.
Sharing and caring. The assist goes to Cleo Terry.
And he's the one that could jump out of the gym, too.
I'm telling you, he's from the Virgin Islands.
He had a dunk earlier in my game where they threw it off the glass to him, and then he went down and blocked 2 shots right after the dunk. Unbelievable plays on both ends.
40-26, a drive by Terry. Out of bounds, and it'll go over to the black.
He wanted to introduce himself to the rim on that play right there. He just lost it going up.
Yeah. And we'll see if Red can make a little dent in this right before halftime. They need to get this to single digits.
I agree. I think they can do it. Jumper is no good. Rebound, put back up, no. And the red team crashing the glass, and now they'll come and push it this way.
Look up.
Alley, no oop. Rebound underneath, up and in. Way to stick with it. Outstanding job by Gerald Colbert. Colbert with a couple of field goals. Going down Clark.
Oh, wow. Now the Reds having a block party on their end.
They were talking about it on the bench. They were talking about how a lot of their stuff was getting sent the other way and how if I was in the game, that ain't going to happen. Hey, man, we about to check in. Let's go stop that. And
they got a good chance here.
Putting it on the floor. Here's Jonathan Lawson, a pull-up. Badly missed off to the left, and the black team is going to get it. Here they come up on the break, and a turnover. Tried to get it up the floor. And it's still there, 40-28.
Lawson was the reason for a lot of excitement over there on my court number 5 on the last game of the day. Everybody else would finish their games, and Lawson was going one-on-one with the guy, I can't remember his first name, but those two were going at it, and they had all the campers on the floor. Just devouring the court.
There's a short corner jump, rattled it down. Nice shot, Trevor Keys. Keels out of Clinton, Maryland, and now the lead down to 10. And James, that dent you were talking about, in basketball, 10 is the magic number.
And 10 in an all-star game might as well be about 1.
Steal. Here comes Lawson on the break. Puts it in.
No, Lawson's the younger brother. He's the younger out of the four of Dietrich Lawson. Who else? Who's that other member of those families?
As a pull-up 3-ball, kaboom! Keon Edwards pushes the lead back out to 11. Lawson stopped on the spin down the lane. Here comes Terry.
There's that jump we were talking about.
I told you it was coming.
Yeah, we knew it was.
Puts it down, 9-point game. Patterson back this way quickly. Step into a right wing three, snap the nets. The nets were tied up. He untied them with a 3-ball on the right side, Alexis Reyes.
Back-to-back threes for Black just when Red was getting back into it.
Push the lead to 12, final 20 seconds of this first half.
And I don't think they're going to wait for the last shot here.
Down low, off the window, good. Terry now with back-to-back hoops. Now Clark will. He took a look over at the clock. He's got 8 seconds. Clark pulls a 3. No good. Rebound to the Red. And that will be the end of the first half. 46-36. The Black with the lead from the 2017 CP3 Rising Stars National Camp All-American game.
The 2017 CP3 Rising Stars broadcasts are brought to you by SUV TV, Cafe Press, Crossover, Double Trouble Training, and the Jordan Brand.
Sylvester Williams and James Blackburn here with you live from Greensboro, North Carolina, inside the Greensboro Sportsplex. Sportsplex hadn't seen this much talent in one place in how long?
This is a very talent-filled event.
This much height, you mean? I mean,
I'm
my
telling
goodness.
you.
I mean, the Black team is just, you look at their starting unit, they've got about 4 guys over 6'5", 2 of those over 6'9".
And still growing.
Yeah.
Still growing. I think
That's the scary part.
Kid might have grown an inch while he was here. Grew an inch while he was here this weekend.
Yeah, I have noticed several times they've lifted a guy about 6'7". He looked at about 6'9".
I'm telling you.
I think he grew when he registered till now.
Carter Witt going to drive for the red team, dump it off in the middle. An extra dribble that should not have been taken right there by Britton Mutombo. And the red unable to score. Yeah, that's the thing. You have Fridays, your check-in media day, and they do your verticals and your wingspan, your official height and official weight. And yeah, Sly, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody grew half an inch from Friday to today.
You know, you have a lot of these young guys in here that are getting ready, showcasing their skills. and they're going to be playing high school ball for the first time next year. And
Give me that. Sent away. Access is denied. Charles Biakido with the block.
you know, something that impressed me a lot was when Chris Paul spoke at the beginning of the camp. He told a lot of these kids, he said he didn't play varsity ball until his junior year in high school. And now, you know, a lot of these kids expect as soon as they step on court and as soon as they step into their high school, they're going to be varsity starters. But it doesn't work that way for everybody. And I don't know what you think, but I think it might have worked out okay for Chris Paul.
I would say it has.
I would have to say it has too.
Something to mention, guys, is Noah Khan, number 0 for the black team. He's done a couple of things that are really unnoticed in an all-star game. He fought over a screen on one side, and then right there he made a great bounce pass to the post guy.
And feeds the post again.
Yeah, 2 things that you don't really see get noticed, but really fundamental player that's done some good things as a lead guard.
Mm-hmm. He's just so quick off the bounce.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, he is the quickest guard off the bounce that I've seen. And then sheer end-to-end speed with the ball.
Yeah, Houston Christian's got them a good one coming in from Texas. So
A float by Witt is no good. And here comes the black. They've got a 12-point lead. Alley
great
caught
pass.
it, landed, back to Khan. Khan put it on the floor, dumped it down to Frank. Frank had it taken away. Witt came on the backside defense. And
saw what he did?
Fouled.
He found a mismatch that quick. He found his 6'10" post player being guarded by a 6-foot guard. That's a point guard for you. That is a point guard.
And his basketball IQ is tremendous. And then just even right there, you know, they had a break and he fouled the guy to stop the break. I mean, that's, you know, again, that's the stuff that goes kind of unnoticed. Fighting over ball screens. Really solid player.
Mutombo wanted to show the range, so he put it on the floor and drove.
It was interesting. The last game I had, Mutombo was going up against the big kid that was in the dunk contest, trying to find his name. And he kept on doing that pump fake, and the other guy kept biting, but Mutombo's got a really nice pump fake from that mid-range that he utilizes.
There's a back-to-the-basket jump hook move. Again, Witt was caught in a mismatch. Witt is holding his own now, Carter Witt. Stop, pull up, a 3-ball.
Wow.
Routed it right on down the milk crate, a 3-ball from the right wing.
That's some range right there.
Here's Noah Khan. Khan between the legs, one way and the other. Now he's going to drive to the baseline. Stop. Pass was deflected. Out of bounds. In the row A.
Had the right idea, but the wrong pass. Bounce pass right there would have worked.
Bounce pass, lead him to the basket. He can go on and flush that one and call it a day.
Khan on the inbound. Comes back and gets it. Trying to work with Charles Biakido on a little 2-man game. There's a slip to the hoop, put it in off the window. Good.
Nice.
What's up? Gayabe with the hoop.
You see Kuminga right now guarding a guy about a foot shorter than him on the wing, and he's doing a decent job.
Carter Witt, we're talking about being unselfish. I think now he's being a little too unselfish. Leaning off, tip follow, no. Tip again, put back in in.
And if
Charles Biakido.
If red team was to jump with the black team, I don't know if that one's going to work out to him too much.
You're not going to win that matchup jumping with those guys down there.
My goodness.
At the mandatory timeout, still a manageable game, 54-43.
And 11 points can be easily, like you said, Joel, that's definitely manageable. A lot of time left in this game.
Coming up on 14 and a half minutes to go, a step through and a lay off the window.
It's an all-star game. They'll let that one go.
Yeah, he walked up out of here. It is a travel day, though,
Yeah, it's a travel day.
after everything is over.
Nice.
Malik Mill drove, lost it, now had to kick it back out. Here's Clark. Clark will put it on the floor. Now he wants to set up and get the screen at the top. Lawson will work on him. Lawson goes under the screen, so Clark pulls the 3 and knocks it in.
Clark, impressive player, Terrence Clark. I like his game.
I like, though, the point that James was making about Noah Khan going on top of the screen. Lawson just casually went under the screen.
Oh, that's Khalil with the huge block. He's had a number of those this camp.
Yeah.
He comes out of nowhere on him, too. Guys think they have an open layup, and it gets stapled off the glass.
Yes, sir. That's what he does.
I finally got it. We're playing with a deck of cards.
That's what
The
bicycle
uniforms.
are.
Yeah,
The
I see
bicycle
that.
cars.
Bicycle card. I knew something was going to come
Yeah.
to mind. It just hit me. I don't know who the ace of spades is, though, quite yet.
I'm telling you what, Khalil with that block, he's been playing well
He
this
has.
game.
Yes, he has.
And he made some great passes in the first half. I was telling Sly, I didn't even see that in the games. He was mainly a defender and an athlete, but he's showing a lot. Even that last move where he went with the off the window, off the pump fake.
You know, a kid like him, he's in the Virgin Islands. It kind of makes me wonder, as his high school progresses, will he make the leap and come to one of these American prep schools? You know, where you get to see him stateside.
Clark strips the nets. Tickling that twine from beyond the long line. Terrence Clark showing the range.
It's ridiculous he was able to do that at his size.
Lawson dumped it. Give me that. The blocks now coming. Everybody's trying to block something. That's the part of defense you don't have to ever worry about in an all-star game is blocks. Because if you're able to get it and beat it, you're going to go get it and beat it.
Oh, one more time.
Well, I hope the stat keeper is awake this game because they are certainly putting some, using the pencil marks on the block category.
And if they do, they need to bring me the final box. I need to see that. There's a drive and score off the left side. 8 minutes gone by here, 62-49. A black team in possession, and they have the lead. Clark pulls a deep three between the rings. Good.
Clark
That's
is
a great looking shot.
3 straight threes for Terrence Clark.
Clark's trying to pull on some MVP honors right now.
6'6" out of Boston, Massachusetts, and the River School.
And he is every bit of 6'6".
Every bit.
Yes. Here's Clark. Clark gonna drive, stop on a step back. Is it heat check time? Pulls a long three
Oh, yeah, that
off
was
the
heat
front
check.
iron.
That was a heat check. He had to see. He had to see how hot he was.
And it almost went in.
There's a jump from the baseline, short corner jump. Red team still, the thing about it is the black not expanding that lead too much, still at 11.
You got to get stops in an all-star game.
Well, sometimes that can be consistent of get the rebound when they miss.
Defense in an all-star game?
Actually, I've been pretty impressed with the defense so far with both teams. I mean, for an all-star game atmosphere, it hasn't been bad. You haven't quite seen the dunk contest moments come out yet.
Stepping in to a jumper, could not get the roll. Flying up to try to get the rebound. It is out of bounds. Pulling that long ball was Jaden Hardy. Hardy played impressive throughout team camp play. A ball, long three now. We're seeing the deep threes now, and now here's Clark. Clark has been hot. Clark gives it up. Elickmill was coming on the cut. He recovers it now on the right wing, and he pulls a long bomb. No good. Long rebound comes down to the Red. Red getting the opportunities now. And if they get it up, they may get a dunk because they've got the numbers. Alley, no oop, catch, pump fake. Why didn't he just go up?
I'm not sure, but you notice on that last rebound, guys a lot of times are out here catching it and they're not squeezing it and chinning it.
Oh,
wow.
Clark just missed the dunk. And it goes into the expensive seat.
He was too close. He was too close to the basket.
Yeah,
Here we go at the mandatory timeout. So 9:55 and counting. 11-point game, getting the crunch time. Let's see if it tightens on up now, guys.
Clark is money from everything from 20 feet on out.
And here comes the length in for the black team. It's crazy. Kaminga is actually 6'7", playing the three right now for the black.
Yeah.
And he is one player that could really put the game away for the black if the Red aren't careful.
He really is. Here he is playing on a point guard.
Stop. There's a three ball. Good. Rattled it right on down in there. William Jeffries Jr.
You don't want to go under his ball screen anymore.
No, none whatsoever. Here's Patterson. Patterson drives, floats it up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Power dribbles. Now double team. Then they swinging around the horn. Top side, a three ball. It's off. Patterson pushed off. No call. Got the rebound. Power dribble. Now goes down low and there's a dunk. On cue, Jonathan Kaminga.
He
Sends it in.
When he dunks it, he makes sure that he dunks it.
The rim still shaking.
He throws it in with authority.
Here's First now. First backs down. The double team comes out. Kick, step, fire, a three from the right wing. It's no good. Rebound ripped out of the air and pulled down by Kamunga again. Up ahead, here's Kamunga. Gonna drive, step back, cross court pass to Patterson. Patterson sets, fires a three. It's good.
Knock it down.
Black team hitting so many threes, the red just can't do any damage.
As soon as they get it in the 9 or 10 points, it just boom, a three comes out of nowhere.
There's first with that footwork that we were talking about.
Very much so. He's going to be a savvy player if he continues to develop. Showed me some things, and it does it very quietly, especially in an atmosphere like this where you know on a team in a controlled situation, he's going to get the touches in the post.
Yeah, in all-star games, camps like this, post players don't really get a look. They're the redhead stepchild in games like this. But you can see that foundation. You can see the basis that he's working with. He's going to be a player.
And he's continuing to screen at the high post and roll to the basket. Not getting much of it, though. There's a foul and the 2 points. Foul drawed by, that was Jeffers. Yep, William Jeffers Jr.
And you don't see a lot of guys, even at the highest level, that have the post footwork. You know, that's kind of a lost art.
Yes.
We just don't use the post, unfortunately, like we used to. So hopefully that would come back. But first may be a guy that can bring it back. So
every 6'10" kid wants to be a guard.
A three-point shooter, yeah.
There's a jumper knocked in by Jalen Blackman.
And that's the second three.
Yes, it is.
I heard a funny story from Coach Calipari when he was coaching three-ball. He was coaching Canby at UMass. And when he was recruiting Canby said, "Hey, Coach, I like to play guard." And Calipari said, "Hey, man, you can play guard for me, but I post up all my guards. I let my post people bring it up the court."
Well, see, what I just found interesting here, just checking the roster, Blackman, a three, no good. Blackman and First play on the same travel team. In this situation, they need to get together and run a little two-man action.
I'm telling you.
Team Teague. So Jeff Teague's team out of Indiana.
Block, get it out. Access denied again. Oh.
That was Matumbo in first, both catching that one.
Mr. Ref on the second one, I don't agree. It just got sent away.
Let's see if red team could. They're going to need a score here if they want to stay within this one. Down 13.
77-64, approaching the 6-minute mark. Mandatory substitutions a minute or so away. First jumper is no good. They fight for it and goes over out of bounds, and the red team will maintain the possession.
Now let's see, during the final 5 minutes, do they go for the win and put the studs out there, or is it just mandatory sub?
It's mandatory subs. We'll have the sub swap out here in just a minute. There's a three out of the corner by Jalen Blackman.
Yeah, but the thing is, what subs do they bring in? Do they bring in the fresh five, or
and there's a steal.
The 5 studs.
Blackman maintaining possession. Blackman coming on the break, dumps it off the first. He get it out of here. Get that shot out of here. No, a foul on the slate. I like the defensive effort, though, and First, who was not scared to go up and rattle the rim.
He gave it up too late. He had a runner on the right side. He should have led it off to.
Layup is in, and now here come the mandatory substitutions. As we approach the 5-minute mark, 10 minutes, the 10-point game, 79-69. Joel Hilton, Sylvester Williams, and James Blackburn here with you. The CP3 Rising Stars All-American game, the 5th annual CP3 Rising Stars count. 2 more All-American games left, or 2 more All-Star games, should I say. The top 40 and the top 60. And get the top 60 out of 250-plus campers.
And I'm looking forward to watching this guard matchup the last few minutes between number 0, Noah Kahn in black, and Carter Witt, number 0 in red. Those two have been going at it all game.
Yeah, I love Witt. I'm a big Witt fan. He's made me a fan of his game throughout the weekend. Witt now going to attack on Kahn. There's a drive and a travel. Got to put the ball on the floor first.
You could tell he wasn't comfortable shooting that three, but maybe if he would have just spotted up right there at that mid-range, he would have had it.
And again, that's Witt being so unselfish. He's had a number of attempts at beautiful passes and to set teammates up that just weren't finished. Kahn on the blow-by. Witt, good defense. Witt now coming back in transition with the left-hand dribble. Gets it up ahead. Here comes Lawson. Get it out of here. No soup for you. Here comes Clark. Terrence Clark with the right-hand dribble goes between the legs on the right wing. Now Clark is cross-matched on Witt. Sends it to the top. Now holding it, and here is Hardy. Hardy down, drop it off. No good. Here comes Lawson back ahead. The red starting to break. All the way left. Good down the right side.
And these bigs have shown some good hands here. I mean, some of these passes, like you said, are a little late. But, I mean, these guys are catching them.
They're catching them.
At this age, that's impressive.
And I think I'm just a little bit disappointed in the guards. They're not getting it to them. I want to see them get them up high. I want to see them reward these bigs for running down the court.
Get it to them early. Get it to them with the pass instead of the dribble. We saw that in several of the games earlier in camp. Oh, good move by Witt trying to free himself up.
Yeah, Khan working on him. There's the jumper from the foul line. No good. Tip. Rebound maintained by the Reds, so they've got a chance at a second chance point opportunity. In possession of it is Trevor Keels. Keels now working in the corner, try to go screen roll, winds up in a turnover. Hardy leading the break, and Witt comes back and steals it right back. They've got numbers 3-on-2. Witt, stop, top side, a three ball. Could not get it over the lip of the rim. Rebound is going to be ripped down by Frank, and Frank outlets it now, and here's Hardy. Hardy dumps it over. A lick meal. One dribble, sets, fires. Good rotation, bottom of the net.
A lick meal has kind of been quiet a little bit this game, but he had a heck of a camp. I mean, great player.
Witt with the look ahead, finding Traore, and Traore puts it in. 87-73. Black used that little 5-minute push in the first half with a number of block shots and extended the game. Red now outletting. Here comes Terry. Khan's going to challenge him.
Oh, my goodness.
Meet me at the rim and don't be late. He better not win up. Terry with the dunk. Back to Frank. Get it out. He's fouled.
Oh, hard foul. He's following Pat Riley's no layup rule on that one.
No layup rule. You know, hey, you know what, though? It's a hard foul.
But,
I love it.
hey, I love it. And you know, that's what he did in the earlier game. He got a dunk, and then he ran back and got a block.
I'm telling you, man, nothing easy. It's an all-star game, but nothing easy.
He doesn't stop playing. I mean, he plays so hard. He doesn't know the word not playing hard. And, you know, when he goes up and dunking, he tries to kiss the rim.
My goodness.
I mean, he's putting his head at the rim. I'm worried for his safety.
Lawson has it on the right wing.
Oh, watch out.
Terry up and
There he
dunked
is
it again.
My goodness.
And I mean, he does have springs in his legs.
Just explosive. Just right off of the block. Man.
He's making an MVP push right now. If his team was winning, I'd say he might get it.
Between him and Clark.
And Lickmill going to drive, lost it out of bounds. Final minute, 89-77. The Black with the lead. They've led basically since that 5-minute push there in the second segment of the first half. Hardy dribbles, pulls the three, no good. Frank Aslam gets the rebound. Frank holds it, now picks it back out. Here's Terrence Clark. Right now, I think I'd have to go with Terrence Clark as my MVP.
Yeah.
He's had a great game. I agree.
It is hard to argue against Terrence Clark.
Clark gonna try to do it one last time. There's the drive, put it up out the window. Frank tried to follow it back. Khan got the rebound over to Clark, who dunked it home.
Yeah,
Clark
Clark
might
had
have been icing.
those 3 threes he had in a row were huge in the second half, put the game away for Black.
There's a drive, and he was a part of that block party too. Terry, though, again,
Yeah.
you are right, Blackburn. Man, if they were up, there's Clark again. Clark catch, dunk on the break.
We could give co-MVPs, give one to each team.
I'm telling you.
Carter Witt gonna try to show the range. It's short, and that is the end of the ball game. 93-79. The Black team defeats the Red in the 2017 CP3 Rising Stars National Count All-American game. And I don't know if they are going to award an MVP. Let's go Spencer Pullman now.